Codependent with my mom. I rely on her for a lot of the day-to-day activities. I live in my mom's basement.
Oh, well, we're back with I Love a Mama's Boy. Yep. I'm not gonna lie to you, this show is hard for me to stomach probably most of the time because trying to put the math together of a boy that's supposed to be a man, be a mama's boy, and then also being able to have a woman or any partner in their life. But nonetheless though, as you heard, this young man is codependent on his mother. How embarrassing. I don't know how any woman would want to be with somebody that is codependent on his mother. I always say to women, be careful when it comes to dating a mama's boy, because remember this, you will never be #1 priority. Even if he makes you feel like it, you won't be. Just know this. And it's the vice versa, to be fair, at the same time, you know, even when you swap genders to a certain degree. A daddy's girl will always want you to be her daddy. Just know this.
Yeah. There. My mom really doesn't think anybody is good enough for me, but we know we can't date each other.
As Americans would say, pause. No diddy. Why does he feel like that comment was appropriate? No one wants to think about you dating your mother. The way he said it is suspect. I'm hoping production told him to say that, because damn, that's just disturbing.
Nyla has no values, no morals.
She's gonna be the one saying, damn, at another guy.
I have been talking a lot about moving in together, and it's just another one of those things that I haven't really talked to my mom about because I know that...
You know, it's quite concerning that your mother thinks that Nyla has no values. That is not good. Not good at all, because of course we know the mom is always going to be biased. She's always going to be against any woman that you bring in your life because she wants you all to herself, which is very interesting. But let's just say Nyla doesn't have any values. Then in this situation, I think I may be inclined to agree with your mom. It may just be. But either way though, you're thinking about moving out. I'm surprised he's thinking about moving out, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, I think if he is really planning on moving out, I don't think it was his idea. It was definitely Nyla's idea, because, well, why would he want to leave the basement? And to be fair, I don't know if you've seen the episode. What he's got going down there in the basement is a nice little setup, to be fair. Man's got a whole studio apartment, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be complaining myself, I'm not gonna lie to you. But would I still live in my mom's basement? Hell to the no, not at that age. At that age, are you mad? Nah, I need my own little place so I can, let's behave ourselves. Calm yourself down now, all right? But with that being said, though, let's continue. I mean, no, but with that being said, though, am I surprised that he's nervous, worried about telling his mother? Absolutely not. I'm not surprised. Because he only wants his mum around him when he's got something good to tell her. But if he's got anything bad to tell her, of course he's not going to want to tell her that, because he doesn't want to disappoint his mum. He doesn't want to upset her. It's crazy though, right? He worries more about upsetting his mum than he worries about what's right for him and his own relationship. Like I said, dating a mama's boy, understand, you'll never be a priority.
Nyla has like 10 jobs. I'm pretty sure one of them is being a stripper. She claims she's just a bottle girl, you know, promoting in the club.
You good?
I'm great.
Okay. If I don't get my mom's stamp of approval on my relationship, I really can't see a future with Nyla.
First and foremost, your mom thinks your woman's out here doing a madness. That is not good as well, you know what I mean? Maybe the mom has got a point, who knows? But it is abundantly clear, as he said, that unless his mom gives approval, his relationship with Nyla is dead. So my question is, so why are you still with her? Why not just leave her? That's what I want to know. Because clearly you're telling us that there isn't really much of a benefit of you being with her. No. So clearly you're telling us that you're just with her until your mom says she needs to go. That's not good. That means you don't make your own choices. That means you don't follow your heart. You don't follow your feelings. You don't follow your desires. You don't follow what you want to do in life. That is tragic. But hey, do I feel sorry for him? Hell no, because he's chosen this. But then again, at the same time, maybe this is how his mom has raised him, because the mom has been, well, she was a single mother. And if that's how she's raised him, to be this way, then I guess. But then again, he's got other siblings too. But the other siblings are completely independent. It's wild, isn't it? Sometimes in life, things just don't make any sense. Because you can't make sense out of stupidity. And that's just the way it goes. But with that being said, though, let's crack on to the next ones. I think for this week, I'm going to do just everyone together. And then for next week moving forward, I'll do them in separate segments, to be fair. But anyway, let's get into the next,
Always live with Tina. So
Yeah, but she's grown to love it.
There's been times that Tina has ended up in the bed with us. You're constantly trying to see how far you can push it.
I'm sorry, but this guy here, oh, sorry, the first guy was Shahid. Yeah, Shahid. And his girl was Nyla. His mum was Daya, I believe. When it comes to this family right here, we have got Josh, Janelle, and Tina. Tina is the mother. Josh is the son. And Janelle is the wife. JJ, look at that. But it's interesting because these two have been together now for about 11, 12 years. You know, they've got kids, they've got a whole family. So clearly their life has been sustainable despite the mum's involvement. So I do sit and I wonder, why are you even on the show then? I thought this was more for people who are mama's boys, but they're trying to get in a relationship with somebody else, but the mothers are being issues. That's what I thought the whole concept was. But either way, though, he's still mama's boy. And in their storyline right now, at this moment in time, they've got 3 kids, I think, been together for 12 years, but the mum has been living with them the whole time, which I then thought, you know what? I guess it makes sense why this family is a part of this storyline, or at least a part of the show, because the mum has been living with them, which, to be fair, in some situations, you don't have to be a mama's boy for your parents to live with you. Sometimes people do still have their parents around for whatever reasons, you know, but in this situation, this is the situation. And for the fact that the mum tried to get in the bed with them, that is creepy as hell. What the hell is the mum thinking? That is disgusting. That is revolting. That is grotesque. But nonetheless, though, Janelle decided to still marry him and still be around him, and that is, I guess, her fault.
So we bought a house about like 6 months ago that's actually just sitting there vacant all the time. You know, if we moved and we were in Florida and it's just like me, Josh, and the kids.
So let's get this straight. They've got a whole house waiting for them in Florida, but they haven't moved out yet. Why do you think they have not moved out yet?
And it's what's going on with Florida. I really don't.
School now wants to be next to her family, so we have to be in a spot.
This is home. We can visit Florida.
You don't want the warm weather?
They haven't moved yet because, well, because of his mum. The mum isn't necessarily stopping them, but she's definitely delaying the inevitable because she knows that her son is not going to leave her behind. So she keeps playing that long game so much that she even says things like this.
I love the warm weather, but where do I fit in this move?
Either way, you're coming with us either way.
How is that going to work out?
Wherever I go, you go.
No, but I'm saying
if I travel, you travel.
Right.
So listen, at the end of the day, you know, clearly the mum is, I think he's struggling to know where his mum's going to fit in, and that's probably why they haven't moved yet, amongst probably what other obstacles the mum has put in front of their ways. I can imagine by the end of the season they probably would have moved to Florida. I can only imagine that, to be fair. It only really makes sense. But to be honest, I don't really see the issue here too much because the mum still gets to still be with them regardless of the location. But I guess it's still quite early in the season, so we have to wait and see, obviously, how things do develop if more complications do happen. But that's all I've got to say for this one, because, like I said, it's a bit of a sticky one, you know. But nonetheless, though, let's move on to the... there were 4 couples, but I only really had things to say about 3 couples, so let's move on to the last one, which is Austin and Charlene. And this one right here is very contradictive.
And he is a reincarnated version of my first husband. And husband, Victor, is Austin and Cameron's biological dad.
I'll play that again so you can let that sink in.
And he is a reincarnated version of my first husband. And husband, Victor, is Austin and Cameron's biological dad.
So her son is a reincarnated version of her first husband, but her first husband is not the father to her son, Austin. Let that be known, okay?
Victor and I are divorced since 1998. He got me. He got that feminine side that a male heterosexual does not.
So is she trying to tell us that her first husband, who is no longer with us, sadly, but is still her son is basically him, so are you trying to tell us that your first husband was gay? Like, because that doesn't really make sense. But let's just continue.
Having a daughter. And like women who have daughters relate.
You do say
to
that.
This.
You are the daughter I never had.
Yeah.
That's what.
So I'm really confused. This is why I call it contradictive, because she started off by saying that Austin, my son, reminds me of my first ever husband. Pretty much carbon copy. But then you later on tell us that your son is feminine and it was also the daughter that you never had. So I'm just curious, are you trying to say that your ex was gay? Your first ever husband? I'm just confused here. Because you would have thought that the first husband would have had some sort of masculine energy. Now, I'm not saying gay people don't have that, but she said that feminine. He has the feminine side that straight people wouldn't have, blah, 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 blah. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's indicating that her first husband, I'm guessing he lacked certain masculine energy. He had more feminine energy. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm just saying I caught this out. It's inconsistent here. And now I'm just completely confused. But nonetheless, though, let's continue with this madness.
She always would tell. Chris and I are no longer together because him and my mom could not maintain a really good relationship, and having that relationship with my mom is something that's very important to me. I would say Chris was the love of my life, and I think that's why we're so, like, what do we want to do? Maybe.
Imagine that. So he still lives with Chris, but him and Chris no longer together because of Chris's relationship with his mom. But you're telling me that you allowed your mother to get in the way of you and the love of your life? Shouldn't that then tell you that your mom is the problem? If your mom loves you that much, why would she get in the way of you being with somebody that is the love of your life? Make that make sense, Austin. Seems to me as if your mom has been doing a whole lot of ruckus, and that ruckus has not been intended to benefit you. It's only been intended to screw you over.
We can compromise.
Sometimes they sleep together, like in the same bed. I mean, I think that's kind of weird as a...
Me getting back together with...
I mean, listen, to be honest, no grown man should be sleeping in the same bed as his mother. Make that make sense. And he thinks it's normal. See the way his mother's conditioned him? Disgusting.
Chris would require him and my mom working things out. They don't need to be best friends, but make sure that they have a good enough relationship.
Bro, let's be real. It's never going to happen. The fact that you already told all of us that your mom got in the way of you being with the man in your life, whatever the love of your life, tells me straight off the bat that if there's any chance of you two working, you need to put your mom in her place. It has nothing to do with him and your mom having a good relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. Should him and your mom should they have a some sort of reasonable relationship, respectful relationship? 100%, 100%. But you're letting your mom dictate too much, and that's the real problem. Mama's boy. Ha. I think for some of them, they're mama's boy, but then for some of them, they are mama's little BICTH. I'll let you do what you want with that one. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.